Let me ask you something most men notice but never talk about. After 60, things start looking different down there, smaller, less substantial. You've noticed it. You just haven't said anything to anyone. And when you finally ask your doctor, they give you the same dismissive answer. It's just aging, nothing to worry about. But that's not the complete truth. Because yes, changes happen. But there's a specific biological reason this occurs. And there are things that affect how much it happens. Things most doctors either don't know or don't take time to explain. Let me show you exactly what's happening and why. First, understand this isn't about erectile function. That's a different issue. This is about actual physical size change, length and girth appearing smaller even when not erect. 3 things cause this, and they all connect to your prostate. The first is tissue atrophy. Reduced blood flow means less oxygen reaching penile tissue. Over time, without adequate oxygenation, smooth muscle tissue in the penis starts breaking down, collagen replaces it, and collagen doesn't expand the way smooth muscle does. This process accelerates after 60 because testosterone decline reduces nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is what signals blood vessels to dilate. Less nitric oxide means less blood flow. Less blood flow means progressive tissue changes. The second factor is visual. Your prostate enlarges. As it grows, it pushes your bladder forward and upward. This shifts your entire pelvic floor geometry. Fat pad accumulation in your lower abdomen also increases with age. That fat pad sits right at the base. So even if actual size hasn't changed dramatically, it appears smaller because more of the base is hidden. This is why weight loss sometimes seems to add visible length. You're not growing anything. You're just revealing what was always there, but buried under fat accumulation. The third mechanism is vascular integrity deterioration. The small blood vessels that supply penile tissue are incredibly narrow, smaller than the coronary arteries feeding your heart. When you develop any degree of vascular disease, plaque buildup, reduced elasticity, these tiny vessels get affected first. Reduced blood vessel function means reduced expansion capacity. And here's where your prostate becomes critical. An enlarged prostate creates chronic pelvic congestion. Blood flow into the region increases, but drainage out decreases. This creates a stagnant pool effect. Blood that sits too long becomes less oxygenated, and that accelerated the tissue changes I mentioned earlier. Now here's what makes this interesting, and this is the part most doctors don't connect. Morning erections serve a biological purpose beyond just clearing nocturnal bladder pressure. They're actually tissue maintenance events. The increased oxygenation from those erections prevents atrophy. But if you're waking up 3-4 times per night because of prostate pressure, you're not reaching the deep sleep stages where those maintenance erections occur. Fragmented sleep means fewer tissue maintenance cycles. Fewer cycles means accelerated atrophy. So your enlarged prostate isn't just pressing on your bladder. It's disrupting the sleep cycle that maintains tissue health. That's the connection doctors miss. I want you to comment below if this is making sense, because this next part changes how you think about this entire issue. Most men assume this is irreversible, that once you hit 60, decline is inevitable and permanent. But that's not actually true. Tissue atrophy from reduced blood flow can be partially reversed if you restore adequate oxygenation. Vascular function can improve with the right interventions. Even sleep cycle disruption from prostate pressure can be addressed. The key is understanding you're not just addressing one issue. You're addressing a connected system. And that requires a different approach than what most doctors suggest. Some men have found natural approaches helpful for improving both prostate symptoms and vascular health simultaneously. If you're interested in learning more about what research shows on natural support for these connected issues, I've linked a resource below. It's not magic, it's about supporting the biological systems that maintain tissue health. Take a look if you want to understand your options beyond just accepting this as inevitable. Here's what I want you to understand about this issue. The physical changes matter, but the psychological impact matters more for most men. Because this touches identity, masculinity, how you see yourself. And when doctors dismiss it as just aging, what they're really saying is, this isn't important enough to address, you should just accept it. But declining physical health in any area is worth addressing if it affects your quality of life or self-perception. And this particular issue affects both for most men. You're not being vain. You're not being unrealistic. You're noticing real changes and wanting to understand if anything can be done. That's completely legitimate. So what actually helps? Cardiovascular health improvements help because they improve blood flow everywhere, including here. Exercise, particularly resistance training, helps maintain testosterone levels, which support nitric oxide production. Weight loss helps if you have significant fat pad accumulation. Even 10 or 15 pounds can make a visible difference by revealing more of the base. Sleep quality improvements help by restoring those maintenance cycles I mentioned. And addressing prostate enlargement helps sleep quality. That's why this becomes a connected system. Some men explore supplements that support vascular function and prostate health simultaneously. The research is mixed on effectiveness, but some show promise. That's what the resource I mentioned covers in more detail. Will anything restore this to exactly what it was at 30? No. Biological aging happens. Tissue changes are real. But can you slow the progression significantly? Yes. Can you partially reverse some changes by improving blood flow and sleep quality? Also, yes. Can you shift this from feeling like inevitable decline to feeling like something you're actively managing? Absolutely. The difference between men who just accept this and men who see improvement isn't luck. It's understanding the biological systems involved and taking targeted action. Your doctor saying it's just aging isn't wrong, but it's incomplete. Aging is a process influenced by multiple factors. Some you can't control, but some you can. Blood flow, sleep quality, prostate health, vascular function, body composition, these are all modifiable, and they all affect this issue directly. I want to hear from you. Have you noticed these changes? Has your doctor given you useful information? Or just dismissed it? Comment below. This affects most men over 60, but almost nobody talks about it openly. The resource about natural approaches for prostate and vascular health is linked below if you want more detailed information. But whether you look at that or not, understand this. What you're experiencing is real. It's connected to multiple biological systems, and there are approaches worth exploring. You're not stuck just accepting this. You have more control than you think. Talk to your doctor about the connection between prostate health, sleep quality, and vascular function. Most won't bring it up themselves. But once you ask specifically, they'll often have more useful information than the standard just aging response. Drop a comment. Let me know if this connected dots you hadn't seen before.